been in the game quite a while now. In all the comebacks you've been involved in or seen, how does this one rate?
This has got to rate right up there with the best of them. I mean, I don't think I've been involved with you know, that our team is talented as Perth's one of the better teams in the comp. To come back on the team like that, holding to 7 points in the fourth quarter is pretty good.
Were you always confident you could come back though?
Always confident we can come back. I mean, that just shows you what basketball's about and what can happen. And you know, that's a great team that kind of fell apart because of our pressure defense and our hustle and intensity and just the body language. The entire body language changed the second half. I mean, standing face to face with somebody looking down versus standing face to face looking them straight in the eyes, two totally different approaches. Same thing, but totally two different approaches. We looked them in the eye the second half.
And that was the difference in the first half?
Definitely. I mean, we didn't do anything different tactically. They can tell you. I mean, I didn't come up with anything. I don't even think we talked about anything different at halftime. I mean, we didn't draw one different play. We talked about a little bit about the pick and roll, and that was it. It was just a change of attitude, and we have to have that.
The crowd came into it big time in the second half too. Probably whether initially when you got the couple of fouls quickly, and Gibbo when you hit the 3 threes in a row. How much does that help that day?
I thought it was huge tonight. That's probably the loudest I've heard. The Gold Coast crowd, and they were riding every shot. Our team, our shots and their shots, and you know, it just seemed like no one shut up for like the last 7 minutes. It was just going berserk, and it was just one of those environments that you definitely will never forget. And it's probably, on the flip side, it's great for our team. We know we can win in that sort of environment, whether it be here or away. And we're going to come up against some hostile crowds away.
Memorable night for yourself. You know, if not a milestone you'll forget, is it?
No, it's right up there with one of the best wins. You know, very thankful for my teammates, and you know, the way that they played in the second half was unbelievable. And, you know, we didn't leave anything out, and you know, a lot of the guys are spent right now. I'm spent. I'm pretty sure Gibbo's spent.
I'm good to go.
Yeah. Will Hudson was diving on everything. You know, it's just stuff like that that makes nights like this very special.
Joey, was it did you feel like it was a risk putting Wertho back in at the start of that fourth quarter?
Yeah, you know, we talked about it. I talked about it with the coaches, and I thought, you know, I've asked them to put themselves on the line and play and take some risk, and I want to show them that I'm going to bag them in that situation and take some risk with them. We moved him off, you know, tried to hide him a little bit on defense, and he still did a good job of trying to maintain and got to the right spot. He's, you know, one of our better weak side defenders, so if we take him off the ball and put him in that position, then he can challenge a lot of shots and rebounds. So it worked out for us. He fouled out the first play. We've been so smart.
How slippery is that floor out there on that side? Is it slippery?
I don't know if they didn't wipe it or what was going on, but it seemed like every time someone went through the key they were slipping. So, I mean, it hasn't happened in the past, so I'm not sure what was going on.
Gibbo, I think you ended up with like 11 from 15 or something tonight. Did it just feel good from the start?
Yeah, it did. Joey's probably been up me for a couple of years now, just to, I guess, be more aggressive. You know, I guess in the past I've taken a couple of shots and made them, missed the third one and haven't shot again for another quarter. So, you know, I guess I've been doing the work through the week, and I guess it came out to show. You know, I was definitely more aggressive, and whenever I got open, I took the shot. So, just a mindset, I think, and yeah, a couple went down, and it felt like a hula hoop out there. So I just kept letting them fly.
It was a huge game for you guys, obviously, with after the 2 losses in a row. This little set of home games is going to be really important for your season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, we had a couple of disappointing losses on the road, and you know, we set some goals as a team, just the players to win these next 3 games, and I guess make our home ground really a fortress for us. And we don't want teams coming in here think it's going to be easy. So to come back and win that is going to be huge going into the Adelaide game and then the New Year's Eve game.
You notched up your 200th, I think, 3 games ago now as well.
Against Cairns.
Yeah, against Cairns.
Good job, buddy.
Is it pretty special? I mean, how does this team rate? Obviously, you've been on a few teams, won a couple of premierships. Probably to both of you, how does this team rate?
For me, it's right up there. I mean, the two championship winning teams I've been a part of, it's the same thing. They go 10 deep, and that's what this team does. You know, I think once we realise that we've got other players to back us up, and we go hard for 5 minutes and go and sit down, we've got someone else to do it. I think we kind of wait at times and sit back and cruise like we did in the first half instead of going hard at it, you know, the whole time. But for me, it's the same kind of feel. You know, we do have 10 guys that go 10 deep, and everyone can play. On any given night, someone's going to get their points, and if we realise that and start to gel that way, I think we'll be fine.
I think there's, you know, if you match up, I was with the Dragons Championship. If you match us up, we're right there with them. It's just a mentality thing now. And like Gibbo said, we start backing each other a little bit more. I think the sky's the limit for this team, but you know, we can't look too far ahead. We need to knuckle down and get ready for Adelaide, because you know, every time we seem to, can we contend for a championship, we seem to go back on our heels a little bit the next game. So you know, the result will come in the end if we keep putting the work in. At the moment, you know, we've had great weeks in a row, not necessarily the results in the last two games prior to tonight, but I think we've definitely got the talent that's there.